This is gonna be fun. Epistemology, haha, is the branch of philosophy concerned with knowledge. Huh. You can? Epistemologists study the nature, origin, scope of knowledge, epistemic justification, the rationality of belief, and various related issues. Really? It's a major subfield of philosophy. Gotta love that Sophie. She's fine. Along with other major subfields such as ethics, logic, and metaphysics. So, yeah. Fucking. This is weird. So, the problem is you're worried about how you know shit. But, as noted previously, the general consensus on what knowing things is that you're holding justified true beliefs, which is already stupid and insane. I don't even know what to do with this. This is just... what? Debates in epistemology are generally clustered around four core areas: the philosophical analysis of the nature of knowledge and the conditions required for a belief to constitute knowledge, such as truth and justification. See, like I just said. Justified true belief. Why? Why is that what you think it is? How can you determine if it's true or not? How the fuck do you determine if it's true or not? And if that's your problem, if that's the reason you have to have some convoluted epistemology in order to justify something like, to figure out something like that, well, that's your problem. You're trying to make knowledge about true shit. It doesn't have to be about true shit. You can know wrong things. Right? I know lots of wrong things. And so do you. And you know this is true. What the fuck? Where does knowledge come from? You fucking just make shit up in your head. And then you're like, okay, I'm confident enough in this that I'm gonna go suicide bomb the fuck out of anybody who doesn't believe this. That's how it works. There's no magic to it. There's no magic to it. And then, okay, so what do we got? These schools of thought. Empiricism. Empiricism is a theory that states that knowledge comes only or primarily from sensory experience. So, how do you know that 1 + 1 is 2? What sensory experience gave you that? Or if you looked at some of my other videos, how do you know that 1 + 1 doesn't have to be 2? It can be anything. And that there's an infinite number of ways to make it anything. Was that sensory experience? Is it the sensory experience of seeing my videos that was enough to convince you? I don't think so. I think you have to have watched the video, understood what I was showing you, and accepted that what I was showing you made sense. Otherwise, you're not gonna come to that view. You're not gonna have that piece of knowledge. You're gonna have the piece of knowledge that I'm full of shit. Because anybody who hasn't seen me demonstrate this is gonna say, no, 1 + 1 is always 2. Shut the fuck up. You're wrong. And you're gonna know that. That's gonna be your knowledge. So, right. Okay, so empiricism is out. Naturalism. Philosophic views concerned with the theory of knowledge that emphasize the role of natural scientific methods. Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that. Pragmatism considers words and thought as tools and instruments for prediction, problem solving, and action, and rejects the idea that the function of thought is to describe Wait. Considers words and thought as tools. Rejects the idea that the function of thought is to describe, represent, or mirror reality. Does thought have a function? Or is it just something that you do? You have to do. Because your brain exists. And you can't turn it off. You know, you're sitting there just eating a bag of Doritos on the couch, watching TV. None of which I can do, actually, because I don't buy Doritos, I don't have a couch, and I don't have a TV. So, interesting example there. But yeah, no, like, you're doing shit like that. Your brain is still doing things. Thoughts are occurring. You're not actively doing anything. The thoughts that you're having serve no function. I don't understand. Pragmatism is out. Rationalism, epistemological view that regards reason as the chief source and test of knowledge. So say you're filming a bug that's next to a cactus, and you get your hands in really close to this bug, and then it like flies away suddenly, and that startles you, and your arm jerks into the cactus, and there's spines throughout your arm. So what part of me knowing that those spines are in my arm, pinning my muscles together so that I can't rotate my arm, what part of that knowledge came through reason? Rationalism's out. Relativism. Philosophical views which deny claims of objectivity within a particular domain and assert their facts in that domain are relative to the perspective of an observer. So, the truth is there is no truth. Good luck with that. Sometimes I think that's probably... Sometimes I agree with all of these. I can't agree with all of them always, though. Like, I don't understand how these became... Yep, I'm an empiricist. What about all the times where that fails? Yep, I'm a rationalist. What about all the times that fails? Like, come on now. Philosophical skepticism is a family of philosophical views that question the possibility of knowledge. Philosophical skeptics are often classified into two general categories: those who deny all possibility of knowledge, and those who advocate for the suspension of something. It tailed off. The suspension of judgment due to the inadequacy of evidence. Well, that's just reasonable. That just makes sense. If you don't actually know what the hell's going on, why would you make a claim that you know what's going on? That's just stupid. And if that's what you're doing, then clearly your epistemology should just be, well, random shit happens in my brain, in my mind, in my whatever the fuck, in my consciousness, and bam, bam, bam. That's where it comes from. It don't come from nowhere. It's just random shit. The muses. Like, yeah, these all have their place, but none of them on their own is sufficient. I'm also curious, like, why isn't there like a Gnostic thing here? Why are we throwing out shit like that? Like, Plato was a Gnostic. Like, his whole shit was Gnosticism. Like, the slave boy in Meno. How does he know that the, how does he know that the distance between the corners of the unit square is not 1 or 2? According to Plato's analysis in that frickin' stupid dialogue, or Socrates' conclusion, Which I think Plato just used Socrates as a scapegoat because he knew that his own ideas were terrible. So he was like, oh, we'll just blame it on Socrates. Frickin' Socrates can take the blame. Um, yeah, that's a Gnostic view. Why isn't that one of the schools of thought? Noam Chomsky's a Gnostic. This is definitely a live thing. I don't understand. What are you doing? Why are you leaving out basic shit? I don't know. This is fun. God damn it. What is my epistemology? What are my epistemological beliefs? You're all kind of onto something, but none of you have it. You kind of have to take all of it and then, like, mush it together in a big bowl with some jello and then, I don't know, burn it. I don't know. How do you know things? Yeah, that's what your brain does. It just fabricates knowledge. You can?